but to another video of Dead by Trash Can. My name is Cubeproductions, and today we're using Skull Merchant, as always, using a really interesting build. So right now we have Score Trick, Pain Resonance, Dead Man Switch, Hex Ruin, and lastly we have Dying Light. The whole point of this video is actually to showcase the perk Dying Light. In my opinion, Dying Light is actually one of the best perks right now for Skull Merchant in general, but also for Killer, because Dying Light does something really special that not other perks do. What Dying Light does is basically every single time you hook someone who's not the obsession, you get a token, and for each token, all other survivors who are not the obsession get a penalty to, I believe it's repairing, healing, and I believe sabotaging. Could be wrong about the last one, but they basically get a penalty to those three things. The most important things are basically healing and of course doing gens. And it stacks, and the reason why it's so strong is because survivors can't do anything about it. Like, it's not like other perks that give you like a stacking debuff you can cleanse, like Scourge Hook, Gift of Pain. You just don't use what's it called? Get injured again, then you lose the debuff. Or Thanophobia, you just heal your entire team, and then because everyone's healed, they no longer get a debuff. Because of that reason, it can seem kind of like easy to get rid of those debuffs, but it's kind of hard to do that with Dying Light, and that's the reason why I'm using Dying Light, because Dying Light lets you just basically have this big debuff on everyone besides the Obsession, of course. So right now I hook the Obsession, so technically we don't even get any value of Dying Light yet, but at that same time it's fine, because even though I hook the Obsession, he no longer is like doing anything. Right here I get a free hit, but some reason why I miss, I'm like, what the world? And as a result, I'm going to put a drone here because I realized this guy's going to loop this area a lot, and I'm kind of annoyed. So the reason I'm using Dying Light also, I'm trying to make a unique build for Skull Merchant that I find really fun and actually really good. But it's kind of hard to do that because it's just hard to do that because the game right now is so focused on like, well, not really focused on the game right now is just kind of like you use the best perks in the game or you lose. And that's why I'm trying to use Dying Light, because Dying Light is not really that good of a perk, but also it's pretty useful. Right here I swing because I'm like, why not? Then it got teabags and then he fails. I'm like, okay. But then, I don't know what he's doing. But it's funny to me because he teabagged and then he proceeded to just like not even drop the pod on me. Don't know why he did that considering how he just failed. But that's fine. So the reason why we went straight into the game is because instead of me having to like record a little intro, I decided to just immediately go into the game because I really wanted to showcase this build. I thought I heard someone, so I was looking around, but I didn't hear it. But apparently there's no one even there. But this build is actually pretty good. I recommend you use it. The main reason why we use Hex Ruin is because Hex Ruin, if it stays up, is a really good perk because it gets off gens. The gen will automatically regress. But half the time, Hex Ruin spawns in the worst location ever, and then people find it immediately, and you want to just cry. I'm also using, of course, the Oblivious add-on, Brown Noise Generator, and we're using Battle Targeting Process to make survivors move slower once they are hit by a drone. Well, once they have a claw trap on them. This girl is going to get slowed down by 13% because of the claw trap. I know she can't make the window, and I'm going to hit her. That's why you use Battle Targeting Processor, because you slow them down even longer, or even more. As a result, you can down survivors and most likely hit them faster than usual. So this build, like I said, is really good, and I recommend y'all use it. If you have any builds you want to see, make sure you leave them in the comments. I am trying to post regularly. This video, by the way, is not during the update where they fix the twins, because I just recorded a bunch of videos before then, and I was going to try and upload them. Of course, if you haven't, you requested a video and I have our build and I haven't made a video about it yet, please let me know in the comments. I will definitely get it done immediately. I am so sorry it's taking me so long. I've been kind of busy, as you know, usual. I'm in college. I feel like I said every single episode, every single video, but I'm just a really busy person, surprisingly. So right here, this guy's going to just go do this drone, and he found my ruin, so now I really have to kill him because I'm like, no. He drops right into my arms. I'm like, yes, sir. And I'm about to kill him. Score trick right here, but score trick right here too, but I'm like, wait a minute. The basement. I'm pretty sure I already hooked him on, I didn't hook him on score trick yet, but I put him in the basement because I knew he was dead on hook. Because I remembered he killed himself on the hook because he was like, even though I teabagged the killer over and over again, she's still down me, I'm gonna give up. I'm like, what's the point in teabagging if you're just gonna leave? Like, I don't get it. This makes a lot of sense, but I'm gonna become well, they're oblivious, so you don't know where I'm coming from. So I'm gonna go after the guy who was injured and down him. This is why I use the Oblivious add-on, because it just feels so good. I'm kind of in a weird position right now with Skull Merchant. The reason why I'm in a weird position is I usually And the reason why I'm struggling right now to even find a build for Score Merchant is because, surprisingly, people have actually been giving up way less than usual when I play Score Merchant. I know right now they're giving up right now, but if I'm being completely honest, I feel like I've had less leavers and less people giving up. Like after I guess like after a while, people just realize, you know what, I hit Score Merchant. Well, what do I gain from leaving? So it just because of that reason, they just don't give up anymore. I don't know, but maybe it's just me. Maybe the higher I go in the rank system, the less people give up. I don't know, but anyway, less people have been giving up. But the reason why I'm having a hard time making a build with Score Merchant is because of Desolation, the bug for Score Merchant. In case you know what I'm talking about, I made a video before where I mentioned that Score Merchant has a major bug that makes her just not bad, but makes her worse. Right here, this guy gets a speed buff because he got injured, but he ran into me as I expected him to. So I'm gonna hook him. Most likely, probably in the basement because of the fact that I'm only a point using the score trick. But I realized something. I want some points. Hook him with score trick, and I get points for damaging generator, but makes me happy. And he's the last person alive, so he's gonna die. But yes, because of the bugs, were basically Score Merchant, her power no longer activates Desolation or activates Blood Favor for some reason, even though literally it activates every other perk, but doesn't activate those ones, the main ones that used to activate. I can't really run Chase Merchant very easily unless I'm using Brutal, unless I'm using like Save the Best for Last and that one alien perk that I can't remember the name of. Not Brutal Shrimp, but it's like Rapid Brutality. There we go. We'll have running those two perks. And it just sucks because I like using Desolation. The only perk I really needed for chasing people, and the rest I could use Gen Slowdown or Gen Blocking perks. But because of that bug, it's kind of hard to do that anymore, so I have to rely on something else. I'm trying to find a unique build I find fun to use, but it's hard. But anyway, that was the first game of the video. Let's go to the next game so I can show you how great Dying Light is with Score Merchant. Groaning Storehouse. Let's see if we get Groaning Storehouse A or Groaning Storehouse B, because depending on which one you get, the map is worse. This is Groaning Storehouse, I believe, A, the super, super long one that's basically a giant rectangle, and then it kind of just goes out a little bit in one direction. I hate this map. This is really, really big. But it's not that bad, honestly. It is kind of a big map for Score Merchant. And you know, Score Merchant's only good on really small maps. So right here, I'm going to chase someone, but I'm like, please don't be the Obsession. I didn't get a good look at him, so I don't really remember who he was. Because we want to get Dying Light stacks immediately. Dying Light is really good on Score Merchant, by the way. Or in general, because like I told y'all before, it doesn't, you can't really counter it. The only way you really can counter Dying Light is by literally having a toolbox and doing gens faster, or having perks that let you just do gens faster. That's the only way you really can counter Dying Light, because that's the only way it really does anything. I'm gonna hit this girl. Luckily for me, there's oblivious and don't realize I'm coming, so because of that reason I'm gonna hit her. I'm also gonna hit the Dwight, but sadly Dwight's the Obsession, so I don't really want to go after him, but a free down, doesn't really matter who it is, as long as they get down, I'm happy. So right here, they're gonna try to do the what's it called, the drone, but they realize I'm kind of coming and they're gonna die, so they decide to not do it. Smart person, actually. A lot of people are playing better when it comes to Score Merchant drones now, which makes me happy, because before people was complaining, oh my gosh, Score Merchant drone is so broken, and even though it is really strong in chases, there's something you can do that completely counters the strategy. It's called Hold W. So because of that reason, I was like, I got mind game myself. I thought there was an opening right there. There was not. I knew she was gonna ball right there, so I immediately waited for her, and I'm gonna try and hook her on a score trick or just anywhere really, but get as many Dying Light stacks as possible. But yes, people are countering my Score Merchant a lot better than usual, which makes me kind of happy, because I actually can play. I feel like I can learn and adapt to what people do. But I also feel like because I can't chase the survivors the way I want to anymore, I have to find a unique or different strategy that works. So I'm thinking about using Corrupt Intervention, because that way I can just place drones first and then worry about the survivors. But I kind of hate Corrupt Intervention because it works for the first 2 minutes of the game, and then afterwards it just goes away. And I feel like that's just a bad, I don't know, I hate that. I really, really do hate that. So because of that reason, I don't want to use it, honestly, but it's a really good perk, though. It does help slow down the game. At least the beginning of the game it does. So it's not bad. But Dying Light, the reason why I kind of even am using Dying Light is because I was watching, I believe it was Ozdara, actually. He was doing a turn. He wasn't doing a tournament. It was a tournament between, I believe, Japan and Eastern. I don't know, Japan and someone. And because of that reason, they had to use certain perks, and certain perks were banned. So because certain perks were banned, they had to use, you know, just certain perks in general, and one of the perks they used was Dying Light and Ruin together, I believe. And I didn't even think about that concept because it's kind of good actually. They get out the generator regresses automatically. They stay on the generator, they do the generator 3, 6, 9, and so on percent slower because of the fact that they have Dying Light. So it's really good. And Dying Light's good on Stone Merchant because the main problem with Dying Light is the fact that it doesn't affect the obsession, and also the obsession can still heal like everyone faster. So if they really want to, the obsession can be like, oh, I have Dying Light, don't worry, come to me, I'll heal you. But with Scrub Merchant, because half the time people are not oblivious, half the time people are staying injured or staying broken, they can't even get healed. So it's like, well, heal this. You can't heal the broken side effect, so you just have to hold that. So I hit Dwight, but sadly the obsession, but I don't really care because my Ruin's gone now, so I kind of have to just chase them. Like I said, luckily for me, they're doing everything 6% slower. You can use Dying Light and Thenophobia. It's actually a pretty good combination, I'm not gonna lie. But the main reason why I don't use those two perks is sometimes I feel like Thenophobia is amazing on Scrub Merchant because you just really put on the game a lot. And sometimes I feel like it's not good on Scrub Merchant because if you use Thenophobia and Dying Light, it's not a bad idea because the obsession is not affected by Dying Light, but they're affected by Thenophobia. But they also heal their teammates faster, so that means Thenophobia is going to be gone faster too. So it's just kind of like it's kind of a bad combination. But if you do get it to work, the slowdown effect is godlike. It's just amazing. So right here, someone's gonna vault that window, but that generator gets blocked. So I'm doing a skill check. I see Dwight again. I'm like, okay, you're already injured. I might as well go after you. I'm gonna try and move the drone. That way I can get this little tiny speed buff. And I'm gonna down him. Sadly, like I said before, we're not gonna get any stacks from our Dying Light, but it doesn't really matter because as long as we can apply pressure, we're really good. And we're kind of in a good position because even though I can't use Dying Light, I can use Scourge Pain Resonance. And then that generator across the entire map gets blocked, so now I know either where to go or where someone is. But I'm kind of worried about generators across the map, like that one right there. So I'm going to go over here first, because I know the generator across the map is blocked. I'm going to go after it. I think I see someone, so I'm like, murder. But she's like, I'm going to sit right here at the pallet. I'm like, oh, my bad. She's like, don't kill me. I'm like, I have to do it. So I don't chase her because of the fact that I'm like, you know what? I'll be a little nice today. I'm going to probably regret that in the future, honestly. But whatever. So because of that reason, go after this girl and someone else. I'm praying my drone hits them. But instead, they run this direction, so I'm like, it's fine. My drone will hit you. I'm not using that brown add-on that makes it that way the drone, what's it called, the beam resistance is lower. So they can actually continuously do that. Sadly for me, he does still get the window, even though he slowed down by 13%. I have 3 people cloud trap. Remember how I just said the FOB is hard to use because of the fact that people don't really get injured? Yeah. Apparently this game they want to all get cloud trap now. I'm gonna down this person. They're all oblivious besides one of them, so that's kind of a problem because that one person can run away and then they'll all be alerted. Like, wait a minute, he's running from the Scrub Merchant. Maybe the Scrub Merchant's over here, and that's kind of annoying. But anyway, we're going to chase these people and we're going to down them. So I'll use my radar report to figure out where they are. And there's someone right in front of me. It's Dwight again. I don't know what he's doing. I missed, kind of bad at the game. And I'm like, can he even go anywhere? He can't. So I'm going to chase him around his block. And he's like, I'm going to go in the corner. I'm like, you do that. But it doesn't really matter because I have a hook literally right here. So it doesn't really matter if he goes in the corner. And it's funny, but even pointing towards the corner, he's like, yeah, we knew you were going to try and hide in the corner. And then we find the last girl who's across the entire map on the generator. And as you can see, they haven't done a single gen. And that's because they're doing gens 12% slower. They're all injured. And the best part is they're oblivious, so I don't even have to worry about them knowing where I'm coming from. Of course, that girl knew I was coming from. She has eyes. She probably knew. Well, she knew where the guy got hooked. She probably just assumed it because of the fact that I got hooked. Well, because of the fact that he got hooked one way, I'm most likely going to be in that direction. The reason why she bought that pallet is because she's oblivious. She can't see. She can't hear my terror radius. But she can see my red stain, but if I hide my red stain, she makes it think I'm gonna go left, but in reality, well, it makes her think I'm gonna go right, but in reality, I say left. So as a result, we're gonna hook her, and she's dead. Now we have to deal with the rest of the survivors. Even though there's 4 gens left, doesn't mean that they still can't win, because even though I do have 5 stacks of Dying Light, so they do generators 15% slower, it can be hard to do anything. Right here, Dwight gets cloud shot to the 15th time this game, basically. I can't put a drone here because it's too close to the other drone. So So I'm gonna try and catch him, but because he is really slow, I mean, we get outside the pallet. The pallet? Oh, okay. That's fine. I was gonna say because of the fact that he's outside of the shack, it can be a little hard to catch him. But he went back inside the shack. That way he could use a side track on me. But I re-claw trap him again because all I need is 3 hits. And once you pick up someone off the ground or our locker who's claw trap, they lose the claw trap and have to get 3 more stacks on them. But luckily for me, he got off my shoulder, instantly got a stack. Then after he got off my shoulder and he got his stack, he jumped out the window, got another stack, and then he did another thing and he got another stack. So right here, I missed completely because I don't know why. I think the auto aim just makes you aim weirdly sometimes. I hate it. But it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna hook him again. This is his second hook, I believe, but he is my obsession, so of course if he dies, I lose all my dying life stacks. Oh, actually, I lied. That's his last hook. He is dead. Well, I'm gonna lose my dying life stacks unless someone else becomes the obsession. Then Dying Light will stay. That's actually another thing about Dying Light. Before, it was already a kind of a bad-ish perk because, like I said before, once they die, once the obsession dies, Dying Light's useless. But because there's so many perks now in the game that can change the obsession, if someone else decides strikes me or something like that, I can just, well, the obsession will change, and then I can get more Dying Light stacks again if I decide to hook someone else who's not the obsession. So it's kind of funny how Dying Light works. Right here, I'm gonna try and get a clutch up on this guy. I do. I'm trying to slow him down, but I'm gonna try and go, you know, mix it up. Now he has no way he should make the pallet because he's still at my 13%, and he's dead. And I love Scrum Merchant because basically you have to put the drones in the right spot. Like Scrum Merchant is good in this situation because of so much slowdown I have. I have Ruin that slows the game down. They have to find Ruin, or just stay on generators in order to what's it called? If they stay on generators, or they have to find Ruin if they want to make the generator not regress. But then also, the longer it's in the generator, the more time it takes to do the generator because of Dying Light. So I find this really good. I think it's a really good build, and that's why I recommend it. The only issue is, I feel like the way you play Scrum Merchant now is you have to slow down the game. You can either play a really aggressive chase build, but you can't use Desolation anymore because your power doesn't work with it. You can use the perk, but like, and I have a hat value, but I'm just M1ing someone and then using Desolation. It does work. Right here, I'm trying to kill the girl off guard. I knew she was going to continue running. I could tell she wasn't looking behind her, so I knew. There's no way she can vault that window fast enough, so I'm going to be able to hook her. And then we only need one more hook, and then one more person's hook, and we win. But because of the fact that I knew, like, at least in my experience, because of Desolation, I can no longer do the playstyle I want to do. So now I have 2 playstyle options. I have slow down the game, that way I can actually place down traps and hit survivor and kill survivors, or do a super hyper focused build focusing on chasing survivors. That way I have the ability to what's it called? That way I have the ability to chase survivors and down them faster. And we're gonna hit the last person, and now he's dead on hook, and we win the game. And this is the value of Dying Light. Like literally slowing down the game just enough to where they only get 2 gens. Well, you only have 2 gens left is amazing. It's not weird though, because I feel like they could have done more gens. I don't know why they weren't doing gens that well, honestly. Because if you notice, they did the first gen like really fast, and then afterwards they did no gens until like the last second. But anyway, that was the second game of the video. This was the third game. So I can show you how great Dying Light is and why I'm actually adding Dying Light to a lot of my builds now, because I feel like it's actually a really good perk. Okay, playing on the Eerie of Crows. I hate this map. Mainly because the map is really big and it's annoying. But same perks and same add-ons like usual. Using Dying Light, of course. Dying Light's pretty good right now in my opinion. Another perk that I've seen people actually been using is Oppression. I think Oppression is a really good perk already, but I have a hard time using it because I feel like half the time when I use Oppression, they end up just doing the generator anyway and hitting the skill check, so Oppression doesn't do anything, and I feel kind of bad. But it depends. So right here, I look on the radar, someone is actually across the map. I'm going down this girl. I'm like praying that this person right here doesn't have background player, because if he does have background player, I'm going to die. But like, he didn't have enough time to get towards me, and he does. He most definitely had background player, or he just perfectly timed. I don't know, but I feel like he had background player because there's no way he would have made that. I expect her to vault the pallet, but she doesn't. I'm like, great. I'm trying to mind game this, even though I know it's unsafe. I was unable to hit her, so she's gonna run for her life now because if she doesn't, she's gonna die. But instead, she chose to be stupid. So this is the reason why people complain about Score Merchant. This right here. They decide to stay in a place where they are gonna get slowed down. Now, of course, just because you're slowed down doesn't mean I can't. Doesn't mean that you can't loot me. But the whole point of Score Merchant's kit is to be a killer who is a anti-loop killer. And there's a lot of anti-loop killers in the game, like a lot actually. But Storm Merchant probably is one of the best ones because of the fact that her anti-loop injures you and slows you down. So because of that reason, it can be really, really useful and really, really good. But for some reason, people will still try to like stay in the spot knowing they're gonna get injured. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Like if you can't complain about the killer if you're gonna act dumb, it doesn't make any sense at all. Like at least. Like, the whole point of the Skull Merchant, you're supposed to hold W to run from her power. Now, I know a lot of survivors really, really hate holding W, believe me, I understand. But, a lot of killer powers in this game are hold W or you lose. So, if you don't want to do the optimal play, don't complain about the result. Oh my gosh, Skull Merchant downed me, I lose because the Skull Merchant's so strong. No, it's because you decided not to hold W in a situation where it was required, and then you lose. Like, it just, ugh. Now, on this map, holding W is not really the best option. Is the best option probably in general, because even though I'm an anti-loop killer, these loops are dumb. So you don't really have to hold W always on the Storm Merchant, because of the fact that you loop a snippet. Right here, I really want him to, like, vault this pallet, but I'm like, he's not gonna vault this. I'm just gonna go around, because I'm like, you know what, I'm done with this. But I'm still gonna mind him anyway, because I don't care. He's just sitting there. And I'm mad because I'm like, why am I even fighting this? And he finally moved, like, yay, I can get the down on you, yay. Bye. That's funny. Now in that situation, you're probably like, what do? You supposed to crouch and run away. Or at least wait for the beam to not, like, actually be near you, and then you have a chance. But he chose to just run. He got scared. Completely understand. I'm kind of mad, though, because I wish I would have ended that chase faster. Then I would have been able to actually, what's it called? Stop that doom from getting done, but oh well. So right here, I gotta get a scan on this girl. I really, really, really hate this map sometimes because, like, they can just loop this giant, like, little area. No pallet, no anything, but you loop it because you know the killer can't catch you because of how the map is. Right here, I'm gonna try and get this drone to hit her. She gets claw trapped. I'm like, yes. Knowing my luck, she runs towards the main building, which she does. But then I look and I hear someone here. I'm like, wait a minute. I heard something. But in reality, it's actually, I don't know what it was on. I think it was Fang Min, but I don't know why I don't see her. So I'm like, So I'm gonna kick the gym, and then we're gonna try and find payment. So I have 2 hooks. The only problem is I hooked the obsession, so I only have 1 stack of dying light. But it's fine because these survivors are kind of 2 of them are injured, and I know one of them is, and then one of them is oblivious, so I should be able to down her. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know why she decided to run towards the pallet. Now I'm praying no one tries to pallet save here, and luckily for me, no one does. So I'm like, yay. So I'm gonna hook her on the score trick, and then I'll get 25% minus progress on the generator across the entire map. So I'm gonna try and sneak up on survivors over there, but it's kind of hard to do that. But then I look over here and I see the obsession again. Now normally I wouldn't grab the obsession a second time, but there's an issue. I don't have anyone else to go after, and he's injured, so it makes sense to go after him. So I don't know why I'm gonna act dumb, knowing I can't go that way. I'm gonna just pretend like I'm gonna go that way and make it seem like I'm gonna go that way, and maybe he'll like mess up. But in reality, he can just wait at the edge, like. Literally, all he has to do is wait right there in that corner and look both ways. Like, there's no skill involved, it's just wait. So because of that reason, he's gonna wait. But luckily for me, he shouldn't make the window in time. But he actually does, because I decided to just go a long way. I was expecting a dead hard, but he didn't actually do it, so I was like, yay. And then over there, Ace gets claw trapped, so I'm like, how? It's so funny, I watched a video, people were like, the main reason why Homer is annoying, she gets a random speed buff whenever she's playing, and I'm like, yeah. But it's funny because half the time this people comes from survivors just, you know, doing what they do, running into drones for some unknown reason. This guy's oblivious, he's not coming from, and he dies. This is why I use the oblivious add-on, because it does that, and I love that. The only problem with the oblivious add-on, it doesn't work with perks that make it terror radius or a thing, and that's an issue, but that's a different story for a different time. Long story short, Don't use Desolation plus Brown Noise Generator. It doesn't work because they're oblivious, so it's not going to activate the perk. I should have built that power right there, and it's going to probably, honestly, make me lose in the future. But, oh well, this is how I play sometimes. I just play in the moment. So I'm going to try and loop this killer. I'm going to hit this person. I'm hoping it's not the Obsession because I want Dying Light. But I also kind of hope it is the Obsession because of the fact that I can get him out the game. Kind of he's on a hook. Not the Obsession, so if I hook this girl, I get 4 sets Dying Light. Notice how they're doing generators 9% slower. I know 9% doesn't seem like a lot, but 9% is saving me from going from 4 gens to 3 gens right now. So that's why I use Dying Light. Also, and it's really good too because while I'm chasing one person, Dying Light is activating, allowing me to basically, what's it called? Chase this girl and not have to really worry about much. Because if I chase her, she's just going to, what's it called? If I chase her, she is just going to make me have a long chase. But the thing is, Dying Light lets me just be like, hey, I slowed down y'all's generators. So now y'all do generators probably like, I don't know, take y'all 8 more seconds to do generators. Which 8 more seconds is enough for me to save. It's not time for me to go from downing someone and hooking them to downing someone and then getting popped. So that's why I like Dying Light. Now they have 4 stacks, so they're doing 12% slower. You can use Dying Light and Hex Pimento, they do generators 40% slower, technically, but the reason why I don't use Hex Pimento anymore is half the time survivors don't even like cleanse the Hex totems. If they do cleanse Hex totems, I need to use like a good Hex perk, like I don't know, Hex, what the plaything, where basically they will get, I have like a bunch of Hex totems in the field, and you can just break. You can still, what's it called, destroy Hex Pimento. And by destroying it, you really just negate the whole power, the whole point of the perk. So I don't really like doing that. This girl dies. He's like, I give up. I'm done playing this Scrumber, and this killer is too strong. How dare she use a strategy that goes against my Strava rulebook. And as a result, I'm going to try and down this guy. But he's smarter this time. He's like, I'm going to actually loop correctly. I'm like, dang it. But if I down him, I'll have 2 people dead. He is the Obsession, so I will loop my Dying Light stacks. But I honestly don't care. All I care about is downing him right now because downing him will let me win. So one more scan, he will be Cloud Trap. I'm trying to Cloud Trap him, that way it makes it a little easier to down him. I know he has balance landing, I expected this. I'm going to try and chase him even though knowing he has it. He still can't really go anywhere because honestly there's nowhere to go. So he's in the window right here, but he's not going to vault the window because if he does, I want to down him. But he mind gamed me and I'm like, uh-oh. But he gets Cloud Trap, so I'm like, yeah. So I'm praying one of these drones can touch him and I can get a chance to win. This time he's gonna just vault the window. He knows he loses. He can't dead hard because he's Cloud Trapped and he's injured. So when you're injured and when you're injured, you get Cloud Trapped, you get dewounded, so you can't use dead hard anymore. I love that because dead hard doesn't work if you're dewounded. And now you have 2 people dead, and they still haven't done any gens yet. Like it's just kind of funny. I love Dying Light. I think Dying Light might be a staple for me because of the fact that you can't do much to counter it. It makes me happy. That's why I kind of hate Ruin and Upper. Like, gen slowdown is something that needs to be, like, in the game, honestly. I'm not going to say honestly for every killer, but, like, some killers, like Storm Merchant and killers that don't move very fast across the map, need a little more sometimes to be able to win. And that's why Debit is kind of an unbalanced game. Because they finally did 2 gens while doing the gens 12% slower. But if I was playing any other killer and I had the exact same build, exact same map, exact same survivors, the game would be so different because depending on what killer I'm playing, this build becomes even more impressive. Right here, this girl's gonna slow down because of my drone. I know she's gonna try and go around. I'm gonna try and catch her up guard, which I do, and there's nowhere she can go and she's dead. Because basically you can slow down for 7 seconds, I believe, or no, you can slow down for 6 seconds, for however long it is. But then also, it's a 13% slow that leads into another slow that keeps going and you keep hitting my drone. So it's kind of fun. And by fun, I mean annoying. So I'm gonna bring Power finally because it actually didn't screw me over this time. And we're going to find the last person, but most likely we're not gonna find him because my luck is trash. And he's gonna probably get the hatch because I know he's gonna probably kill someone on the hook, even though it's kind of winnable. It's not really winnable. Like you have 2 gens left, and you're injured, and he has to go save you. It's not gonna probably happen. So I expect the game to be over, but knowing my luck, he can get the hatch because you know what? That's how it works. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, because the video at the end, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You know, I read every single comment no matter what. I am finally back, so hopefully we'll have regular uploads. Dying Flight's a really good perk. I recommend you use it. If you have any builds you want me to see or use, make sure you let me know in the comments. I will definitely use them because of the fact that I want to try and use unique builds. The reason why I'm trying to use unique builds, by the way, is because game is kind of weird right now. Dead by Daylight, like I said in my last video, is kind of just not really boring me at all. It's more like the game is forcing people, it feels like, to build builds, like build certain builds. If you don't build them, you lose. Survivor, you can build like 5 different builds and be useful. The only problem is sometimes the build used for Survivor is used for a certain reason. Like you make an anti-camping build, you make an anti-tunneling build, or you make a I want to live build, you make an ultra risk build. Different things like that. Nothing wrong with that. But the issue is just because you make that certain build doesn't mean that killer you're playing against is gonna even do any of those things. So that's the main issue. He finds the hatch. I'm like, you can go leave. And then instead of leaving, he's letting me the teabag. I'm like, sure you do that. There we go. But he found the hatch and I expected, and I was like, oh. But that's how the game works. But for killer, it feels like you have to play certain builds, you lose. A lot of people right now are trying to make unique builds, and I am one of those people because I want to make a unique build that I find fun, but also different and not really meta. Of course, Scorcher, Penrest, and his Deadman Switch, Papa Goes a Weasel, that those perks are gonna be in my build because I kind of have to have them if I want to win. But other than that, I really want to use a unique build, and that's why I'm trying my hardest to try and make something fun and unique that y'all can enjoy watching, but also I have enjoyed playing, and that's why I'm here. But anyway, like I said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a nice day.